Hello, everyone. Oh my God. What are we laughing about?
What aren't we laughing
You're
about?
laughing at hazelnut still, aren't you?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Well, my last name is Hazlett, and it's actually
Hazlett?
it's Scottish, right? It's Scottish, and
Oh yeah.
I used to get made fun of in grade school.
Aw.
People would say hazelnut. Like
That's pretty funny.
Hey, want some hazelnuts? So that's what he was laughing about.
Yeah, it also reminds me of when I was in middle school, there's this girl with the last name, I think it was like Baker or some shit. Or
Okay.
Bark. Or I don't know, but I used to call her Barker, like bark, like fucking tree bark. Like, oh, I think her last name was like Baker. I don't fucking know. I just called her tree bark.
Oh my
Yeah, she was
Bad.
yeah.
Oh, I feel so bad for laughing.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Yeah.
welcome our special
Yes.
guest today.
Hi.
This is Ledora.
Hi, my name is Ledora.
You're
I'm a
welcome.
professional makeup artist. It's nice to see y'all. It's nice to meet you guys.
Thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming.
Nice to meet you too.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm super stoked. I think I was telling you earlier that I'm used to being like behind the camera, like where you are over there watching, versus
Ooh.
being here in the seat. So it's interesting to actually be here and like, have the headphones in and actually be a
It's a
part
whole
of the
different
group.
dynamic.
It
Experience.
seriously
Yeah.
is. It's so welcoming and relaxing. I love the vibe in here. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. That's funny. All right.
So
you say
you're-
so.
So you're a makeup artist. When
I
did you
am.
start practicing makeup?
I started practicing makeup probably in let's see. I suck at numbers and everything like that. That's why I do makeup and not numerics. But
Oh, girl,
probably
me
about
too.
15, 16 years old. So I'm about 23 now. I turned 23 in March. So I've been doing it for like 6 or 7 years. I started back when I was in high school. My mom actually was a makeup artist, and she
Wow.
she opened up her own hair salon when she was 20 years old. And so when that happened, all the way up until she had me at 40, she had been a makeup artist and doing hair and stuff. And then now she's 63. So I've been following in her footsteps ever so slowly.
So she really inspired
And-
you.
Yeah. And one thing that I absolutely love about my mom is just, it was funny because she teaches and trains makeup artistry as a career.
Mhm.
So one thing that was really great about her is when I told her, hey, I want to start doing this, she's like, are you sure? And it's surprising because, like most parents are like, I want you to take the family business. I'm handing this down to you.
Yeah.
She was
This is
more
your
like-
legacy.
Mhm.
She's like, you for real?
She's like, you sure you want to get into this business?
Yeah, and it
Right?
was funny because she always says that she's the Gordon Ramsay and Simon Cowell of makeup artistry. She doesn't like to do anything as
Oh,
far as
ooh.
actual take anyone on or do work with anybody who isn't serious.
Mhm.
So
Oh damn.
yeah, so for her, it's like, this is a lifelong career for me. I'm not going to sit and talk to somebody who's like, it's fun. I like colors.
No.
And so
Oh.
it would trip me out that, I was like, yeah, I do want to do this. She's like, okay, book yourself an appointment. We're going to talk and you're going to go through the training like a normal student. You're going to be working with people who are like in their, not even in their 20s, in their
Mhm.
40s and their 50s and like established women who are coming in for the training. You're going to train with them
Damn.
and you need to be serious. You don't need to waste their time. I was like, okay. And by the time I did everything, by the time I graduated high school, I had all of my certifications. So I have a basic certification, a
Mhm.
master's certification. I got a teaching credential, and I ended up doing 1 or 2 things of just specialties. So probably in total, I have about 6 certifications now, which
Wow.
I'm
Damn.
super
That's
proud of.
really cool.
Probably one of the most educated guests we've ever had.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. And then I did go to cosmetology school because one thing that I never wanted was for someone to be like, oh, but your mom does it.
Wait, so you know how to cut hair?
I do. I suck at it.
Oh,
I'm
That
good
is
at
so
cutting
cool.
hair.
So, do you do
Damn.
your own hair?
Yeah, I do my own hair.
Oh, that's awesome.
I like the pink. It's like a
Thank
pastel pink.
you. It was super vibrant earlier, and then I was like, I gotta take a shower, and then I was like, God, the day before.
Yeah.
I love it.
Do you
I
use like the purple shampoo or anything?
I don't actually. I stay away from most purple shampoos and stuff. I try and stay
Wait.
with just regular things.
Is
What's
the
that?
purple shampoo that looks like dark purple that
Mhm.
you put on your hair for like
Mhm.
blonde hair?
Yeah.
It's to
Wow.
get the
Oh.
brassiness out or whatever.
It's
Oh,
almost
really?
like taking her drink color.
Because I
putting
had
purple shampoo, and
highlights
making
and
it
the
that.
lady was like, "Oh, you need this shampoo because without this your hair will fuck up." And I was like, "All right." So I bought it and I used it and I was like, "This doesn't do shit." So I just stopped using it. And yeah.
It takes a couple washes. I mean, I don't know. I like hair. I
Mhm.
just didn't like cutting it. I think for me, when I do makeup and I do certain things like coloring, anything like that, I would do perms on people. Like I did
Mhm.
everything, especially when I was in school. And even I had clients that would reach out to me. They're like, can you just do it? I'm like, yeah, because I'm not a hair salon. So I can't be taking in people,
Mhm.
but
but
I
you could do it
can-
on the side.
Yeah, if I had family, especially or neighbors who were like,
Mhm.
hey, I heard you went to school. Would you mind? I'm like, yeah, okay. But even still, I'm not a person that likes to do it only because I don't like doing permanent things. I like when someone looks in the mirror. Like, let's say I did your makeup or even one of you guys. I don't care. I do everybody's makeup. But I like when someone is looking in the mirror and then they get their makeup done and then they look back in the mirror after and they go, that's me. But that's the version of me I've always seen. I hate when someone looks in the mirror and is like, oh, it's pretty. I like it, you know? And you're like, yeah, this is so not something you would do, you know? Like, the eyebrows are too bold, or I wouldn't wear that color eyeshadow.
You want to make them feel like them, but the best version of themselves.
Absolutely.
What they feel inside.
So that's why girls wear makeup?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Honestly, girls wear makeup for any reason.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's different for everyone. Personally, for me, I think it's a way of self-expression.
Yeah.
And it's about feeling good about yourself. It's okay. It's different for everyone.
Pass them over here.
I mean, for me, I love it. It's a form of expression. Like, I like to do purple eyeliners. I
get
like
that.
to do like purple lipstick.
And I
blue
understand
lipstick.
that. But what about the catfish? You feel me? Like, what's up with that shit?
That is something different.
Yeah.
See, that's different.
Nah. That sounds like the same shit to me, but it's just like very like, oh, if it affects me, then I don't want to talk about it. But if it's someone else, I'll talk about it because that's how females are. You feel me?
Well, here, let me defend her on that, but also kind of like bullshit on the catfishing.
Yes.
As someone who has naturally dark circles, because I'm Eastern European, so my eyes kind of sit. Let me give you a little history lesson about myself. My eyes sit farther back, and so when I'm really tired or anything, I have really dark prominent circles. And so anyone like, let's say I wake up next to someone the next morning after a night out, or even just a friend, it's like, whoa, you must be really tired. But for me, I like to look like this. I like to like have a clean complexion, have something like that going on. And so someone would be like, oh, like you look kind of different. But for me, I'm like, you know what? That's my comfort zone. But when you overkill it, I can see why that's a problem. And that's uncomfortable for me.
That's that cake face.
That's like transforming your whole face, contouring your nose.
Yeah, I seen that shit. I seen that shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like, bro, you see that and then you wake up the next day and it's like, fucking, I don't know who the fuck it is. Like,
I agree with.
That shit's scary. I mean,
but yeah, I mean, there's definitely different levels of makeup. I'm sure you can tell us more.
Yeah.
I've worked with every level of makeup. Were you gonna say something?
Wait, there's levels to it?
Yeah, when you said levels, I was gonna add into that. So you don't just do cosmetology, but like, well, it's all cosmetology, I mean, but like, you don't just do, makeup, like, like in general, like, like for when you're going out at night or, you're on set, because, like, men wear makeup as well in the industry all the time.
I do absolutely everything.
So you also do like, let's say, when they're making like Aliens or Alien vs. Predator, you do a special, really? Like special
like that
as well?
show where they do the battles with the special effects and they're like, oh, your shit sucks, your shit's cool.
Yeah, I don't go that far in depth with it. So I'm more of
just like wounds and stuff like that.
I'm more
so
indie
like
films.
Halloween type of stuff?
Yeah,
like,
I'll
okay.
do. You know what? I guess the easiest way to say it is mostly anything that you probably would see in American Horror Story is something that I can replicate, but not to that degree. So like everything, like levels, you have special effects where it'd be like, hey, can you do a black eye on this person? Hey, could you like make them look like they got cut up and scratched? Versus, hey, could you make it look like their neck's hanging over? Like I can't go that far.
Like,
but I know how to. Yes.
So you can so you can make me look like I got shot for Halloween.
Or like a bullet wound. Or
I can keep it minimal. And then it's like when you want to build, like I've had certain people be like, hey, I want to do old age. I'm like, that depends on how old you're wanting to get. Because I can do the whole like frown lines, get into it, really make it more realistic. But if you're thinking like adding weight to your face or things like that, that's more of like prosthetic work. And that's a whole nother genre.
Oh, it's a whole different ballgame right there then.
Yeah. But with regular makeup, I do everything from like the everyday woman, the everyday guy, depending on who wants to come
What's the everyday guy though? Because I don't know about guys who wear makeup. I don't know about that.
I think the everyday guy for me of anything that I've done so far kind of ranges on their comfort level. So like
comfort level.
So here's the thing. Nowadays, a lot of people are into makeup and a lot of people are into like being quote unquote gender fluid. So it gets a little hard to say like, oh, I do men's makeup and women's makeup. I just do makeup. So if you come in and you're like, hey, I got this job interview, but like I broke out like somewhere around my face. I feel kind of insecure about it. Like,
just do a cover up.
Yeah, I want to kind of cover it up. Like, hey, I'm not going to lie. I was kind of drinking last night. Like, I got my eye bags are super deep, but like, this is a business job. I want to look good. Like, maybe you can slick back my hair sort of thing. Yeah. Versus like a woman who comes in and is like, I want the same thing, but maybe I want like lashes or I want maybe a bolder lip or something like that. It's the same thing.
What about the dudes that want to look like girls?
I'm cool with that too. I've done a couple people who aren't, I would say again, gender fluid, not so much like transitioning.
Can you make them look like girls?
That.
That's creepy as fuck.
But see, I don't make them look like girls where if you were to see them, it wouldn't look the same to you.
What do you mean?
Right. Here's what I mean.
We should have gave her a disclaimer about this guy.
Yo.
No, you're fine. I've dealt with people like him all my life. It's all
That's cool.
She feisty.
But you know what it is? I enjoy having that part of the conversation because a lot of times when people talk to you, especially about makeup or different things, a lot of them, I hate to say it, but are like pushovers. They're like, oh, that's nice. And then they drop it, right? Because they don't care.
I'm just trying to figure out what's up, you know?
So here's the thing. Let's say, in regards to that, let's say you want to have your makeup done, but you want to kind of look feminine, quote unquote. What I would do is something
Isn't
more.
that all makeup though?
No.
So
No. Oh, how would you know? What the fuck?
Because I've worn makeup before.
let me give my,
shit. That's
unprofessional
cool.
opinion.
Go ahead.
And then she could give her professional opinion.
All right.
So like you think, oh, makeup's just for girls, whatever. No, like say, like she was saying, you want to go to a job interview, you want to just cover up, like you want to cover up. Say you were going to a job interview, you want to cover up your acne
Or your hickeys, right?
or hickeys or whatever. Exactly.
Yeah.
You try to hide it from your
I don't really hide
Exactly.
them
It could just be a cover up. Like
Yeah.
so light you can't even tell you're wearing makeup. It just looks like you have perfect complexion.
Here's what I do all the time, and I'm sorry, but it just dawned on me because I talk a lot for the schools and stuff. A lot of times I'm talking. It's weird when I do career days. I'll go to high schools, public high schools. I've gone to middle schools. I've even gone to elementary schools because they ask, "Hey, can you talk about the makeup industry to these kids?" And the only way that I can get it across sometimes, because I will be honest, I get a room full of guys like you, and that's not an insult or anything like that. I'm just saying dudes who are like, I want to go in like engineering, like this doesn't
normal
mean
dudes.
anything to me, right?
Yeah.
So the thing that I always try and tell them, I was like, makeup doesn't necessarily mean feminine because any movie actor you like give me a
Is
name of a
wearing
movie actor
makeup.
you like,
Or anybody on the news.
Jennifer Aniston.
but give me a male movie actor.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
One that you admire. Whoever comes to mind.
Fucking
Mark Brown
Paul
from
Walker.
ABC7.
Paul Walker used to wear makeup. So
Oh, that's cool.
but that would be the thing. So think about that. He was not in any movie that would be like super feminine, right?
Yeah.
But they definitely, if they were filming long hours or anything like that, they don't want him to look like, let's get this shit rolling. Like they want to like, let's get this shit rolling, let's do it, right?
Yeah.
They gotta make him look energetic. They gotta make him look good. And
out the
that's what I
shine.
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean by that.
Okay.
Because I've done makeup for film, I've done makeup for television. I did a time period piece where, the guys maybe looked a little bit more feminine, but a lot of them still just were regular men. When I've done television to do guests and guest stars, like something like this, for instance, everybody would get makeup done and everybody would be equal. Like, let's say probably she would have a little bit more. Maybe she tells me I want to like flick my liner a little bit. I want to add a pop of color, something like that. You may not tell me that, but let's say that day you're feeling feisty. You're like, dude, we got a makeup artist here. Can you like darken my eyes a little bit? Like that would be something I'd do for you. And I wouldn't
That would
give
be
you the
the
same
day.
makeup look. You know what I mean? Like you guys would have your own style. And that's what I relish in. I love when I can do clients and they feel like themselves, but they feel amped up.
Yeah. I'm gonna call
Okay.
Ledora. I'm gonna
That's really
book an
cool.
appointment with Ledora anytime I got an appointment for some big hotshot job.
Hell yeah. I love that.
The
Yep.
fierce.
I
like-
love doing makeup for headshots. It's
Or
dope.
if I get jacked up before and I fall or something.
Yeah.
Next time I get hickeys, I'll hit you up.
All right, for
Facts.
sure.
Yeah.
And then something a lot of people don't think about either is body makeup.
Yes.
Body
yes.
makeup.
Oh my
You
God.
tell
that's
us about
crazy.
that. They have no idea what I'm
Yeah.
probably talking
Yeah,
about.
what
Except the
fuck is
hickey
that?
part. I don't know
Yeah.
anything about body makeup because
Like contouring. and
Yeah.
all
So one thing, so a lot of times, especially for Victoria's Secrets or anything like that, or even like men's health, women's health, GQ.
What the fuck is GQ?
they still exist.
I know,
I don't know
right?
what that is, bro.
Okay, any male magazines,
Mhm.
right? So you have women's magazines, Vogue, Elle, things like that. And then you had male magazines that were GQ, men's health, stuff like that.
Okay.
GQ is like the male fashion magazine.
Okay.
If you had a guy on the cover of GQ, no matter who it was, like Luke Evans, Christian Bale, you were mentioning Tom Cruise earlier, guys like that. Even the newer guys, I don't even know anybody anymore, but like, Tom Holland was
Yeah, I was
recently
just
on the
gonna say
cover.
Tom
Oh,
Holland.
Tom Holland
wow.
was recently on the cover of GQ, Robert Downey Jr., Johnny Depp. They're famous for having makeup done, but also let's say you're doing men's health and they're shirtless, or even women's health. Maybe they're doing a sports thing, swimsuit season, Sports
So,
Illustrated.
You could draw a six-pack on them.
Yes.
That's fucking horrible, though. Oh my.
That's
Catfish.
biceps,
Catfish.
all of here. Make
That's
sure that their
horrible.
pecs look good. And that's the scary thing about the makeup industry and why I always try and keep it really. I like doing everything, but my number one thing is doing consumer makeup because I really focus on, I want you to look in the mirror and still see you. I do not want you to look in the mirror and go, oh, I'm never going
Like
to
it's
look
all
like
about
this
the,
again.
Yeah.
the individuality, when it comes to
That's
makeup. Like, not
crazy.
that you're trying to mask yourself, but
Yes.
be more comfortable. Like be what you
Yeah.
wear. Like
That's
in a way.
Be what you wear.
Be what you wear.
What the
I think-
fuck?
I think it's a big deal nowadays where like, especially with today's youth, a lot of them are really confused. And like we're on TikTok, right? Or we're all kind of
Social
seeing what's
media
going
in
on.
general.
Yeah, social media in general.
Johnny's on TikTok.
And you're
Yep.
seeing what's going on about like people realizing, oh, maybe I don't have to pick a gender. Oh, maybe I don't have to pick like who I identify with or what's going on. And like they're just adventuring and they're getting into it. And that's awesome and that's great. And I love that. But I think one thing that kind of got lost was just self-expression, like you were talking about earlier. People started wanting to label like men don't wear makeup. Women really only wear makeup, and then they catfish. It's like, no, everything just gets changed back and forth. And again, that's not a bad thing to know. And that's why I like having someone like you on the podcast, because I'll be honest, I've sat in a room full of dudes trying to tell like a high school gymnasium or something like why makeup is important, like why things like this are, all around. And they're like, well, what's it going to benefit me for? Well, what's going to benefit you is, let's say you want to go into film, you want to be a film director. If you don't think that having a makeup artist on set because you're doing an all male film, like let's say Fast and the Furious, right?
I mean,
Something that's male dominated, right?
Okay.
And you think like, I'm directing this. I don't think
I don't need an artist.
I don't need a budget
I
for
see
that.
the importance of it because I would like to be in film, like as
Exactly.
a person in it. So I do want to look good.
Exactly. But
I get what
like,
you're
there's
saying.
people that would be like, nah, I don't need that. And it's like, everybody's telling them, nah, dude, you need that. And then you get a cast of guys that come in. You're like, what the hell happened to you? It's like, oh, dude, like jet lag, not even I was drinking sort of thing. Just like, I'm exhausted. I was filming another movie at the time. And you're like, what the hell? Like, dude, put a little something on there. Like, I don't know how to do that. And you're like, oh, this is why I need it.
Okay.
So, I mean, I just love my industry so much. I love doing what I do. I've been working a lot right now, and it's been great because COVID really took a dive for makeup artistry.
Like how hard, like when did it start? Was it really like as soon as COVID started, or it took a while to like start getting affected?
It's hard to say because I'm freelance. So I have a stable clientele, but not stable enough where I'm booked every single Friday or every single Thursday or anything like that. I want to say that, COVID did take a dive and then it kind of hit. And I was like, all right, well, now I'm starting to be able to work more and it's awesome. But it definitely, I think even just for regular salons, spas and all that, they had to be shut down, which was pretty scary for a lot of people.
How did, because I know when the pandemic first happened, a lot of artists were saying you have to change the way you use your tools. So because, sometimes I would too, you would clean your makeup brushes, reuse them, just your personal makeup brushes that you have for your filming or for your set day or whatever. And you just wash them and sanitize them. But now as part of the kits for getting certified, they're saying you have to use disposable like lash brushes and everything. How did that change for you with your tools?
It hardly changed at all for me, only because I've been working fashion, runway and stuff like that for a long time. So I've always worked with the gratitude of models. I've worked with 100 models a day to only like maybe 15 models a day, right?
Wow.
And so I was used to that already, making sure I had disposables, never using things on the same person. Even when I had regular clients, I'd always use disposables, Q-tips, makeup wands, maybe sponge tips for certain things, especially.
Mixer.
Yeah.
So like sanitation. Well, sorry, never like so like. Sanitation, you were with it since day one, even before COVID, essentially.
Yes, I've always been with it. Things did change. Like now I can't just dip into my palette like I used to. I have to do certain things to make that different, but it's not big enough of a change that I'm like, oh God, this is frustrating. Like I'm going back to my old ways. Like it's just always been a part of me.
All right.
So like a second question, would you say like all the COVID protocols you've had to take for your line of work, you say it's similar to like, like the movie industry, essentially, how they have separate protocols?
Yes, they got hit really hard. Only because they're dealing with a gratitude of people and then famous people on top of that. So it's really a liability that you're not going to have someone say, I got pink eye from that person.
Oh man, those contracts are
enough of COVID. Enough of that shit.
Fuck
COVID.
Honestly,
I'm talking about COVID.
What is
right,
the craziest like makeup you had to do or craziest experience on a set?
Like something that you're like, how am I gonna do this? Like, give me the strength
that they requested, or something went totally wrong.
Oh God, I've had so many of those.
Yes, me too.
I want to add on to that question because it's similar to what they are asking. I want to know about the drama in the industry. What's up with the people? How are the people? How's the tell me some crazy stories, some crazy shit that's happened, something that would make me want to be in your job. Because it seems pretty cool, but where's the drama? You feel me? Like where's the fuck that person, fuck this, I don't know.
I am not a drama person, but like anybody else. It's like, I'm not into drama, but
Fuck yeah, let's hear this shit. Let's go.
Get the
I
tea
will
out.
say I was working, I won't even say what it was, but I will say I was working a small indie fashion show that had a multitude of designers, right? And I was asked to set up a team of 10 artists. And the thing about me is I don't have a lot of people working with me at every given time. I try and call people when I need to, but a lot of them are working second jobs or they're working on their own. So schedules don't always match up. So when I was told I had a week to get 10 people, and that I was calling people from out of town and trying to get them to go to the convention and stuff like that, it was a whirlwind. Because first of all, I was late getting there. Bag check-in was kind of a bitch. You know, they got to check everything, make sure you're not bringing anything in. And after all that trying to get situated, I ended up having to... I'm a really soft-spoken person as far as like when I need to get something done, I'll get it done. But I'm never the type that's like, move, sit down, get out of my way. And I had to do that with a couple of my artists. And it wasn't even because they weren't performing well. It was because the fashion designer, one of them, let's say if in total there were 200 models, they had like, I don't know, 60% of them. And gave them all to one of my artists because that one artist was the one that was doing them at the time.
What the fuck?
So I had a bunch of different artists and I told them each person gets a designer, each person focuses on their look. If you see the person next to you kind of lacking, look at their look, help them out a little bit. This person was older than me as far as the makeup artist. He had trained with my mom before he had trained with me because I only started training with my mom probably in the last, let's say 4 years. So this person was from way back when. They knew me when I was little. So they kind of had that uprise on me of like, no,
Like
don't.
a senior.
Yeah, the senior thing. And it was cool because I love them and I love that I was able to work with them. But I felt so bad because this one designer just was like, no, you focus on it. You do it. Don't worry about the other artists. Like, I want you to do it because you're doing it awesome, right? It was a lot of detailed line work. And at one point I saw the designer coming up and I just like pushed my mom aside, pushed everybody aside because my name was on it for once. It wasn't even like under my mom's name or the school's name. It was Ledora D. Carrasca, lead makeup artist. And I was like, this is not...
How's that? That doesn't even sound Romanian. What do you mean?
well, actually, my last name is Carrasca in English, but it's actually Kraski.
Okay, that sounds more Romanian there.
And then
that sounds Soviet.
Yeah.
And then
Eastern European
Like,
right
that's
there.
not a white as hell.
and then D is like Duis, which is
Duis?
Dutch.
So, okay.
So
okay.
Ledora Duis Kraski, but I just say Carrasca because that's what I've known since
So
I
we're
was little.
Romanian and Dutch?
I'm Romanian and actually Mexican, but I'm mostly Mexican because of my mother's bloodline. But we don't speak Spanish in the house. My grandmother kind of lost a lot of her Spanish along the way, so it's more generational versus actual being something that I like grew up with. That's why.
I see what you mean.
So
She's
Hey,
like,
never too late to learn a language. They're on Romanian. It's kind of like Spanish.
yeah, it's crazy. I actually just celebrated. There's 2 Easters actually.
what, Romanian Easter?
There's an Orthodox Easter, which would be considered a Romanian
I've
Easter.
heard
So
that.
I just celebrated
Whoa.
it last
cool.
weekend. But yeah, designer totally pushed everybody out of the way and just was like, you need to cut it. I will have my artist work with this person. You will not overrun this because there is no reason to be like telling people what to do, especially when they're trying their best. I mean, and then you're on a time crunch. So fashion shows are not easy to be working with. They're definitely like, you know,
Change this look, do this,
yeah, do this, do that. I want
Everything
this done in
just
5
sounds
minutes.
sassy as shit.
Mhm.
So it goes like
You have
clockwork.
to
One
be
little thing goes
you have
wrong
to-
and
You have to be stern but efficient.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So for me, I was like, okay, that's the one time that I kind of was like, I need you guys to like follow my lead on this, know that I'm doing the right thing. And it pulled through so nicely. And I was so happy because I even brought people on that had just started training. I'm talking about like barely went through orientation and got to like be told, hey, yay, congratulations, you're in.
Oh,
They're
wow,
like,
you
cool.
just blew 'em in
And
the
I'm
fire.
like, you're doing a full face makeup. You got this, girl. I'm like-
That's what's up.
hey,
So-
that's the real world right there.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't have a lot of crazy stories. I've had oh shit moments where like someone's asked me to do something. Like I have a Halloween makeup that someone asked me to do, and they brought me in a picture of Venom that was a body paint,
What
and
the
I was
fuck?
like,
Oh damn.
oh, okay.
That looks kind of hard.
I can do this, but like it's gonna take me a second. Let me
Yeah.
like take some breathing exercises. And then I'm not someone who like smokes or drinks because I'm a super lightweight. So it's not even like, let me go take a shot of something. Like I'm gonna come back, feel good.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm just like nervous energy, like, oh God, okay. But I pulled through. I was just like, I'm gonna play my music and I'm gonna talk to my client and just pull through. And it came out fantastic. So I don't know. The makeup industry doesn't have a lot of drama anymore. I think YouTubers had a lot of drama.
What's up with James Charles?
No, we're
I don't
not
know.
getting into any of that.
I don't know. Because I'll be honest, I didn't consider any of that part of my industry. That was a whole nother, because it was
That's a
all
whole
social
nother
media.
thing,
That was
yeah.
all influencers when all that came out. And
Yeah.
like, I'm not even a social media person. Like I barely posted on my freaking Instagram today about a client that I did that I had the pictures for a while. And I was like, I should post something because I haven't posted since like February. I'm going to be on a podcast. They're going to want to look at my page. Like I need to update it. So like, yeah, if you want to check me out, my link should be somewhere in there. But my name is Ledora
We'll put it in the description for y'all to check
I'm like,
out.
you guys can check out my website and everything like that. But
You have a
We'll have it
website?
all down below for you guys
What's
to
on your
check it
website?
out.
Yeah.
on my website, I have an introduction to myself to tell you a little bit about myself, about how I got.
Do you know that introduction?
Do I know that introduction?
They can read it
Can
when
you-
they check it out.
Not really. I was like,
Alright.
it's you know what? It's mostly talking about the school I train at. So me and my mom have our own personal, not personal, but we have our own business together. So we're not part of a chain corporation like Sephora, Ulta's, anything like that. We're on standalone mom and pop shop, but it's mom and daughter. And she's had it since 2004. So we've relocated from Rancho to Ontario. And then I started working with her probably a little bit after high school, more professionally, not so much apprenticing. And I would say that intro on my on the website is more about that, getting to know me as a makeup
As an
artist. And then I have a clientele page where I kind of have people going on there. They can see other people's work, see my clients be happy. I have like my prices, bridal, the special effects makeup and stuff. That mostly says like, you know, you got to let me know what's going on. Again, if you want old age, like you might have old age in your head, but like that you're telling me
What
like
the fuck does that mean,
Hollywood
though?
budget.
What's old age?
Well,
Like you want to look old? Like you want to
like,
look all
just
wrinkly and
like
ugly?
aging
And
yourself.
yeah.
well, what for? What do you get into the club
Depends. It could
secretly?
be, so let's say this. It could be something like this, but one wants to surprise you. Right. So he
Oh,
wants to come
slap
in
him.
as an old man and he's contacting me and it's like, I want to do something crazy, right? Like I want to do my hair. I want to do this. And it's like, I can meet like halfway.
Or like
Shit.
say you're an actor in a movie, right?
Yes.
You're playing a young adult.
Yeah, sure.
But-
you podcast a movie
Yeah.
in 2023.
There you go. There you go.
In 3D.
So
In
you're-
3D.
you're-
I already
Now screw that
know.
4D.
You're a young
4D.
adult now. But
Yeah.
but later in the movie, we skip ahead
Mhm.
20 years from where
And then
it
there's
is.
explosions
Then
and
we
shit.
make
you
Fucking
look
cars
older.
going
Curious Cage
racing
of Benjamin Button.
and
That movie right
casinos
there.
in Vegas and
Yeah.
honestly it'd be like the Hangover
give you
Part
like
7.
a little bit of wrinkles.
Yep.
A little bit of
Huh? What for? No, I'm
To
gonna be
look
getting lit. I'll be getting
Watch
lit.
the Curious Case of Benjamin Button. You'll get it all through there.
Benjamin Button.
But, Yup.
That fool has a button as the last
Yep.
name.
Yup.
And then
That's
the
how
last
OG
thing I
he
have on
is.
my page is my professional work. So that shows all my movie, television.
Wait, you been
I've-
on movies and TV?
Yes.
her portfolio.
Name some real quick before we go.
I've been a makeup artist for Voice of the Inland Empire. I did a small indie film called Silent and Forgotten. I redid Euphoria with a friend of mine to kind of recreate it and show love to the show because I love the makeup artist team for that show. So I got some footage of that during an art walk and held in Ontario during my place that I'm at. And I've done music videos. I've done a lot of different things. They're all listed on there. I've done clothing brand things. You name it. I've done it.
I'm gonna
All
need
right,
your
well,
autograph after
we'll
this.
definitely check it out.
We need it right
All
there.
right.
All right, for
Wow,
sure.
wow.
Thank you so much for being on here today.
Mhm.
We
Well,
really
thank you guys for
appreciate
having me.
You were awesome. I'm so interested to talk to you more.
Absolutely.
I love makeup.
Have a second podcast.
This was my
Yeah.
5-minute
for
makeup.
sure.
But the
but
second one you do on
but-
makeup.
I would love to.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
totally
I
would be
would
down.
love to have you
I'm
I'm down
on.
for that.
Please check out
Yeah.
her.
Yeah. Like,
We-
share, and
We will have
subscribe.
it all linked below for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would be
And,
totally be down to talk to you
Thumbs
guys
up.
again.
Let's have her on again.
Woo!
Like and share this
Let me know if you
video.
love me.
5 likes for another video.
We will do makeup
Yeah.
together.
Yes,
Video
absolutely.
Just us doing makeup together.
Let's give
All
a
right.
performance.
All right, everyone.
A toast to
See you
No,
next
I'm honestly
time.
thinking,
I love you guys.
honestly thinking y'all should do an all-female empowerment
Yes.
makeup.
You know what I'm gonna do next time? I'm doing your makeup.
Only to make it look
Have a good weekend.
good. Later.